Culturally Distinct Podcast. You are not tripping. You are not tripping. I am here. I am enjoying myself. I do not look like DJ KO. I am him today. It's your boy Ron Mack. I am hanging out, partying, having a good time with two amazing guests. This is going to be different than whatever y'all seen before. I guarantee you're going to have a good time. You're going to hear some shit that you probably never heard before. But, hey, let's go to it. We're going to get with it. I got my man Sam in the building today. How you feeling?
Love Guru, baby.
Love Guru.
Love Guru.
Here we go.
I'm going to my name. Love Guru.
Here we go.
Y'all know I'm the single dad enthusiast. And what's your tagline, RJ?
RJ crazy ass.
And there you go.
That is true.
Spell it with Z's.
So you already know what we're about to get
understatement.
into.
Yeah.
So just to kind of explain to you guys what's happening right now, we're going to record really 3 episodes, and this is going to be really surrounded around our culture here, specifically in Houston, but I'm seeing this culture be duplicated in other areas, New York. I'm seeing it in Atlanta for sure, L.A., D.C., I mean, Chicago, you name it. Everybody else is doing it. I mean, it's the same thing no matter where you go. So I'm excited about you guys checking us out today. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you comment, make sure you like, make sure you go to our Instagram and argue with us. We want to make sure you get all of that business right off the bat. But let's start it off, man. We want to talk about toxic culture. I have had the wonderful experience of being called somebody that's toxic. I'm not sure about you guys, but I know that I have definitely been called toxic in the past. We are going to take 2 of Houston's most eligible, good-looking guys about bachelors out here.
You ain't eligible no more?
Hey. Mi habla no inglés.
So we're going to sit here. We're going to have a little chat. And then in our follow-up episode, we're going to bring 2 beautiful ladies on the set and allow them to explain their version of what they saw. And then we'll bring everybody together for one final powwow of let's really talk about this thing and see what's going on. So we're going to get right into it. Toxic culture. Who started it?
It's overused.
All right.
Yeah, definitely that.
Like you cannot take a woman out because of whatever reason or do something that she wants you to do and she'll say you're toxic. Yeah. It's so overused, it's ridiculous. I don't even know if they really know what toxic is anymore.
So how many times are you saying that when you go out with a woman, you sit down with her, you may do something that she feels is inappropriate, and she's going to say that you're toxic?
Anything.
Give me the simple.
You didn't give her a napkin. You're toxic.
So give her a bill. I like that. Yeah, give her a bill. Absolutely. Have you participated in this so-called toxic culture? Do you feel like, from what people are describing, do you feel like you've been an active participant, RJ?
I have.
Yeah. In what way?
I may have been on a date with a chick and get another number, or be at a club, see another chick I'm attracted to, get another number.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. When you say you went out on a date and got another number.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I've
so
been
like a first date, or it's like a chick you
no, just
dating
somebody I'm
for a
fucking
while?
around with, casually fucking, and I might be out.
Is that toxic?
It's disrespectful, but they're going to call that toxic, so.
Let's talk
Did
about
you do
that.
it in her face, or did you?
She seen me from across. We was at the hookah lounge. And,
Not the hookah lounge.
yeah, on Alameda.
See, because that toxic.
And you know what? That's you bring up a good point, because I think a lot of times people want to label you as A, B, and C anytime you do something that is outside of what they feel is appropriate, right? So anytime that you are with a woman and you do something that she feels is inappropriate. I was watching a video, and it was a guy, and he walked in a room full of women, and he was just like, "Good morning," and they're like, "Oh, we don't have to speak to you," and everything that dude did, they wanted to label it something. Oh, he's a narcissist because he said, I didn't say that. Like, oh, you trying to tell me how to think, and all these little things that people do to play games. So if I'm listening to you guys correctly, and the first question was, who do you think started this, men or women? I would probably say that you feel like women have kind of started this culture of a toxic
Or
movement.
labeling us, yeah.
Labeling people. Now, I want to be more specific in the type of women. I don't necessarily hear the Latin community using the word
It's them
toxic.
spiritual women, the ones with them crystals and beads and waist beads. That's who started it.
Okay, waist beads. Shout out to the homie with the waist
Them
beads.
crystals on their neck.
I disagree with that. I think all women use the word toxic.
You think so?
No, I think them
That whole
spiritual
toxic,
women started
the
it.
whole toxic masculinity thing, that wasn't started by some sisters or some beads or whatever. That was put out there a long time ago, and I haven't researched it because I haven't cared to research it. But the things that I've heard about it came from psychology term that had to do with some over-aggressive males, and it has been slapped on everything.
So
If you don't want
that,
your son to cry,
sure.
then it's toxic masculinity. Like your boy, like you can share your feelings and all of that, but as a boy, you don't supposed to cry over everything. I don't care what the single mama said. It's not true.
So once we get into this toxic phase, when do you guys think this thing starts? Does it start during the dating phase? Are you just trying to get to know somebody and now you feel like after she's taking the makeup off or you've seen her true personality, now you like, I'm not really feeling this. I know for me, when I was younger and I would meet young ladies like this, a lot of times I didn't necessarily want to hurt their feelings. So I would just behave differently. So maybe they would leave me the fuck alone. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
And so I think a lot of times maybe we go about it that way instead of like dealing with it head on, and people think that that's a toxic man, as opposed to just saying maybe he's just not that into you.
But you have to define what toxic is. Like, to me, if someone says someone's toxic, they're toxic if like you've been dating a chick for like a year or so, establish boundaries, and then you get a number. Or if you type of person where you are insecure with yourself, so you're always putting her down. Right? That's true toxic, a true toxic relationship.
Okay.
You know, or
A little
he or
abusive, too.
she
Abusive,
likes
yeah.
to argue all the time.
Right.
That's truly toxic, right? You know, this RJ said something early. You know, you're not toxic because I don't want to pay for your dinner because, you know, I don't think you deserve it, right? So now I'm toxic because I don't want to pay for your dinner or food or whatever that may be, right?
So do you think toxic comes? So that's during the dating phase, right? We said, all right, maybe not there, maybe after sex.
After sex, yeah.
Definitely after sex.
Yeah,
So
definitely after sex.
okay.
That
I
makes
could
it
give two
toxic?
fucks if
No. That
I
like
give
you.
You
fucks
said your
when-
toxic phase.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's when it starts.
So after sex. So once you.
But is it toxic though? Once again,
What do you
define
they call
as
me a
toxic?
habitual line stepper, so I be crossing lines, stepping over.
Like,
Like
is this your chick or you?
No, this is my thing. Like, say you fuck a chick one time.
Right.
You probably fucked her 3 years ago.
Right.
And then I backdoor and end up fucking with her. Like, my crew, they be like, oh, RJ, you a habitual line stepper. You know this dude fucked her before. I'm like, just because you fucked her one time, that don't mean she's off limits. That's my belief. Now, if you
RJ
get two or three
told me
times,
one girl. He said, "You better hug her right now."
yeah, that's my thing. Like,
But see, once again,
Let him finish though. Let him
Oh,
finish.
okay, go ahead.
and now the way I think and see that, they be like, RJ, you toxic. Like, damn, nigga, you know old boy knocked her down. I'm like, nigga, he fucked her back in college. Nigga, we in our 30s and
Right.
40s. That shit is irrelevant. But in my little crew, my little group chat, I can see one of your chicks that you mess with and follow her on Instagram, and me and her could shoot the shit. She might screenshot it and try to make the dude feel bad. Then they on my ass like, damn, here go RJ again, crossing the line. And I think that's one of my toxic traits. I'm just like, I don't feel a woman is off limits unless that's your baby mama, your ex-wife or something like that, or your wife, your girlfriend.
Right.
But if you fuck once or twice,
It is
that's
what it
not
is.
toxic.
nah, this
Our
me,
crew-
but I do
See,
it a
my
lot.
crew is different
Yeah.
because we established that right off the bat. Listen, if that's not your woman, man,
Yeah.
you know, then she
She
you
for the
can't-
streets.
Man, I know girls, like women, because women are really bad at this. They'd be like, I'd be like, well, why you ain't talking to Lisa? Well, I ain't talking to Lisa because she fucked my man. Well, when was your man? When we was in Little League. you was in Little League. You can't claim no Little League dick. What is you saying?
When do they fall off your record? That's what I'm gonna.
so
The-
right,
the
exactly.
cat facts.
Yeah, when did it fall off?
So it's a rule in our little group. If like we'll tell each other, don't play games in our group because I got a bunch of wolves
Yeah.
that I hang with, right? So we like you hanging with a group of wolves. So if I come to you, RJ, and I say, "What's your feelings for her?" right? And you say, "Oh, you can, I don't care."
Well,
Yeah.
Don't be mad when you.
Yeah. Well, we like, okay.
Don't do that.
If she got smashed.
Don't do
Yeah,
that.
don't see if you. Don't be
Don't
mad.
do
You see
that.
my
Right.
close friends.
Don't do
If you
that.
got some real feelings,
Right.
then you have to
Let
you
it
have
be
to-
known.
Yeah, you have to let those feelings be known. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I've done it even myself. If it's a chick that I cut for, this is my girl I mess with, I'm like, she off limits.
Yeah.
Right? And if it's not, then you could go do
Whatever you want to
whatever
do.
you want to do. And I don't care if I messed with her 2 years ago, a year ago, 6 months ago.
Right.
If I'm telling you, I don't care about that. Because I had some partners smash a chick like that. True story. They brought her to the house.
Mm-hmm.
To your house?
Nah,
Oh, I'm about to say, damn, they disrespectful.
to our house, the house we was at, and they asked the dude. They said, "Hey man, is this your girl?"
Right.
And he was like, "Nah, y'all can talk to her."
Yeah.
So the dude that brought the chick, they was like, "Hey, well, let's go get some beers." And they left 2 of my partners at the house with the chick. Well, when he came back, they was smashing. She was in the room smashed. And he came in talking about, "What is y'all doing? That's my girl." And we was like, "You should have said something before you left," because they asked her. So
Shout out to her.
To me, that's not toxic.
Shout out to her.
We
Shout out
we asked.
Shout out to that tender dick nigga.
Right. We asked him, "Who is this? Is this
Yeah,
your
it's
girl?"
unfortunate.
And he said no.
It's unfortunate, but we see it. I got a question for you. You said after sex. What is it about that after sex feeling that makes that toxic trait just come out of you?
I don't know. I guess as a man, I'm pretty sure a lot of us, the thrill of the hunt is the thing. we
Oh,
want.
it is a thing.
But once we get the pussy, it's like,
And is it because, you know, a lot of times you don't get emotionally involved, you know, prior to having sex with them, that it's just kind of like
that might be a good point. It's like, yeah, the feelings and connection is
it's
not
there.
all the way. Yeah.
Right. And sometimes I think we just do it out of muscle memory, right? Like it's, I know that sounds crazy. I know, but it's a real thing, man. Like I know I went through my little dark phase after I got divorced, man, and I was just having sex just to have sex. Like I wasn't even horny, but I was just doing it because it was available and it was there.
Quagmire.
In real life.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get it. I understand what y'all are saying, but I'm just kind of curious. So there was one more area that I wanted to ask you about, and that was when money exchanges. Have you ever had a situation that some type of, and when I say money exchange, I'm not saying you paying somebody else. I'm saying you either took this person out to eat or you enjoyed some time with this female, and some type of revenue has been spent on this experience. Did you feel like it went into toxic mode somewhere during that phase?
No. Maybe if we go out of town or something. Yeah.
I don't even
It's,
understand the question.
All right, so there are 3 ways that we've said that toxic traits typically come out of people. One is during a dating period, you just find out she's not really the one. 2 is after you've had sex with her and you feel like, this ain't really it. But also when money exchanges. I know for me, when I've taken people out to eat and realized that this wasn't really what I thought it was going to be, and realizing that either A, they come in, you know, either just to have a meal, or B, they come in just to be seen, or whatever that may be. And at that point, that's when Toxic Ron comes out, and I'm like, oh, okay, I got to one up, or I got to get my lick back.
Yeah, I ain't never experienced that.
Word?
No, I've never experienced.
Never.
No,
Never spend money on a chick, and you're like, oh, this ain't it. There ain't no way.
no. So, not how you explain. I mean, I've spent money on. I've never been mad that I spent the money on a chick. I was probably mad at myself, like the girl from Boise.
Okay.
You know, I had her come down and then we went to dinner.
She got flued out.
Right. Well, no,
Okay.
she flew.
Oh, even better.
I got a question. Did you still hit?
I don't do flu. No,
Hit
I
it
didn't.
Oh,
from
you ain't
the-
hit?
No,
He
I-
hit it from the back. He want to look at her face.
After we got home, I didn't talk to her for the rest of the night.
Wow.
That's how she knew. She was like, "Well, I think I'm gonna fly home early." I was like, "Cool." When,
Yeah.
What time is that? But
Wow.
I didn't feel like I needed to get my leg back. I just felt like I wasted the money.
That's what I'm talking
You know
about.
what
When
I'm
I say
saying?
leg back, I'm not necessarily saying you got to do something, but I'm saying there's some form of toxicity that's in that, though. You spent some quality time. You spent some type of resource with this young lady. She's here in the city, and now after you've kind of seen what it was all about, you was like, this ain't for me.
But is that toxic though? That's what I can't. Is that if I decided like women do it all the time? They
But bro,
meet
why
some
didn't you do
dude-
your research before she came down here?
I
Like,
did.
yo,
I looked at her
nah,
I want
you didn't.
FaceTime. I want to FaceTime.
FaceTime.
I
Call
saw
me
it.
when you get out the shower.
Wait.
Yeah.
See, I didn't think about that though. So I remember.
I'm
that.
looking at time
But I
stamp on the
had
video
FaceTime.
too.
I FaceTime. So
Word.
that's why I was. Oh, she nice.
bad.
But when she came out here and she washed it all off,
Bro,
you know, you saw the body up close. Cause
Yeah.
women know they Men
angles.
can't do that. Women
Yeah.
know, like they like you said earlier, what's your side? Like men don't really know. I don't know what my pretty side is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that is on my best side or my best angle. I don't necessarily know that. So women know all the angles and stuff, especially if you one of those chicks that take a bunch of pictures on FaceTime. I mean on
for
Instagram and you know all of that. So you know how to position yourself. You know the light. I mean, I saw a chick this weekend had like a whole light that went on the
into the
side
bottom
of
of the
her,
phone. Yeah.
that went on the side of her phone, and she was taking these pictures.
Word.
And she was with one of my boys, and like they ate at my house first pregame,
Right.
and when she bent down, you could see that gut come out. She couldn't hide that. So I was like, you saw that? Did you see that? I was like, did you
Hope
see
she ain't
that?
watching.
Yeah,
I was like, right.
your boy watching.
Yeah,
Talk about my
but
whole
she
like that.
took all these pictures, and on Instagram, she
you ain't
was
see
bad
none of that
as-
gut.
She was bad as shit.
Yeah, but
So he went with us. We went out. He bounced. Like he left with me, and I bounced because I wasn't gonna sit there with her. So I don't think that was toxic. It wasn't a chick that he was digging.
Word. So let me ask y'all this: if you had it to say and you could right the wrong, what would you tell women to cut out when it comes to this toxic culture?
I would tell them first, stop nagging, communicate in a better way, stop expecting so much, quit. Like sometimes they put limits and expect too much from a person. Just let a person be yourself and go with the flow.
What do you mean cut out?
Meaning, are there certain things that you feel women do that create this feeling of, and I know you don't necessarily agree with you're behaving in a toxic manner, but that makes you feel like you should behave differently with them?
So now this I would piggyback off of what RJ said. I think women first should look at themselves before they have the expectations. Right. I'm no follower. I was no real follower of what's his name?
Kevin Samuels. Yeah.
But
I am now.
I think that he was on to something about expectations. And I think that a lot of women have expectations not of life, but for themselves. Right? I think a lot of women look at themselves and see something different than everybody else see it. I have a philosophy that the market pays you your value. If you're a woman, the market will pay you your value. If you are extremely beautiful, extremely intelligent, talented, creative, then you'll draw the type of guys that will get you the things that you desire and want or think you deserve it of. If you not, and I don't use numbers, right, so much as, he did, but just for argument's sake, for discussion, if you're a 6, you can't want 9 and 10.
Privileges and expectations.
Right? Just like if you're a man and you don't have a bunch of money or nice looking or whatever, you can't expect to get the chick that check all the boxes. I don't say high value because that would say that I'm better than you or you better than him or whatever. But there are boxes to be checked, right? And if you check all those boxes, you're going to get a different quality of woman than the cat that only checks 2 or 3 of them.
But ain't a 10 better than a 6?
Absolutely.
So shit, you saying you better than them?
I wouldn't say better, but you're gonna get a different treatment.
It's
I
true.
mean, it's just what it is. You're gonna get different treatment if you're a superstar athlete. If you ever play sports, I don't care. Most teams, superstar athlete gonna be treated different than that's the good athlete.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? If you're the LeBron James, you're gonna have a different treatment than say, even Davis. And Davis gonna have a different deal than anybody that's below him on the team. It's just that's how the world is. The world pays you your value.
Do you feel like we have done a good job of celebrating, or do you feel like with all the social media and everything that goes into what dating is now, that we have just kind of bastardized dating and it's not even really a thing anymore? It's just kind of like something that we do. We're not really dating to really get to know people. We either dating to go get a meal, go get a bag, go get some pussy, like whatever it is. There's some type of something that we're after. It's not
It's a goal.
It's not this connection thing that we have anymore. We're not looking for like a soulmate. We're not looking for like somebody to make us feel whole again or anything like that. It's like we have these boxes that we just want to check off.
I think women have sold themselves short.
Mm.
Women think
media.
they have sold themselves long. I think women have sold themselves short. When I see that this culture has changed because women have changed the outlook.
But don't you think it's on us a bit of it, like to, reset, as leaders, as men, as people that just think differently than just your typical norms. Don't you think a part of it is on us to say, all right, I'm not gonna just settle for the bullshit. That I actually want something that's real for me.
Oh, for sure. I think, look, it took me a long time to get here, but I think that, especially us as black men, we don't protect our women like we should. And we all need to do a better job at that, right? But your values, who you are, also comes from where you come from.
True.
Right? And it's hard to reset nowadays to a lot of women because women look at everything differently. And what's funny about that is even the women that they look up to, your Cardi B's, your spicy,
Sexy Reds,
your Megan Thee Stallions, all these women are looking for love, right? And they don't even do the stuff that they telling most chicks
to go out there and do. True.
Right? And I think the fight for women equality kind of went in a bad direction. Like some of the stuff that we fought for went in a bad direction.
The internet killed everything.
I mean, how bad did it kill it though? Like we're in a space now where
you got thirsty dudes. A woman would rather get 5,000 likes on a photo than to get her own company running. I think a lot of them take more value on Instagram. Likes, I got this many views on my reel. I got this many followers. I got blue checks following me. And don't have shit. Like I knew one chick.
I agree with you on
one
that.
chick I'm talking about. She's like, yeah, I got blue checks in my DMs. I was like, you ain't got a car. Like you worried about that, but don't even have a car.
But so I would be lying if we don't give women their props, especially younger women. They going to get the bag.
Oh, for sure, they doing it for themselves.
And I ain't talking about. I'm not talking about like getting it from a man. They going to get the bag, but in the process of getting the bag, they sold. Right?
Tell me, explain that. What you mean?
Go as what I said earlier. I mean, you get women that now don't look for. Well, let me take that back. You got women that don't know that they look for integrity, character, and all that. Because you never hear women talk about that, right? You have a conversation with a woman or a boy, she's not talking about integrity. She's asking you what you do,
That's true.
What you can do for her. Like I had one chick,
That's real.
she was like, kept asking me, what can I do for you? What can I do for her? Bring your McDonald's up, whatever you like.
Filet of
You know
fish.
what I'm saying? She kept asking me, like, what can you do for me?
Right.
Like, I do this and I do that. Because women think that we value, I sent you a question where I was like, have people lost their place? So there was a place for a woman, and men still see them in that place, and women still see us in that place. It's just that we not doing that no more, right? So that's why you got men that can go move with a woman and like live off her, where
or get proposed to by a woman,
or get proposed to by a woman,
which is crazy.
Where we came from, how I was raised by my dad, like you can't do that.
Right.
My son like that now. My son will go out. And he got his little friend. He ain't number 13. He got a little girl with him. He gonna pay for it, right? You know what I'm saying? But he ain't a sucker because if she like trying to take his money or nothing, he know real fast to be like, nah, I got you. But his daddy has taught him that, so he understand his place. My father used to tell his boys, when we was kids, he said at the bare minimum you should be a provider. At the bare minimum. Now he say, so women hear that and be like, well, you got to do more than. He said at the bare minimum. Right, and because women now can provide for themselves, they sold everything out for them dollars.
So when you say they sold everything out for the dollars, let's examine that for a second. So we have women that are professionals, nurses, doctors, attorneys. They're doing amazing things, starting businesses. I see a lot of women with consulting firms and all this amazing, working in oil and gas, like just amazing careers. A lot of them I still see though are still searching for that person.
All they doing is selling themselves for bigger dollars. It's all relative.
So you feel like that all of that setup is just
a woman make $500,000, she gonna be impressed by the dude that make
1.5, right? Got it.
$3 million. So that's what she gonna sell herself out for, right? So even when women say, "Well, I got money, I could buy my," which is like the stupidest term I've ever heard. Women always say stuff. I wish somebody would explain to me what it means when a woman says, "I could buy my own self this." You know,
Didn't do it.
somebody bought a woman bought these Jordans, right? And I was happy as hell that she bought them, right? I could buy myself 9,252,362 pairs of Jordans, but I was grateful that she bought the Jordans,
Sure.
right? So I don't understand that trait at all, but because of that thinking, that woman that makes 10 million, she gonna sell herself out for the cat to make 100 million.
So do you feel like, and I sent you guys this question, do you feel like that this type of movement is built to further separate men and women?
I've been looking at that philosophy. Are you talking about black men and black women?
I think it's
Or just-
definitely black. I think it's really black men and black women.
Separate from each
Yeah.
other.
They're. I mean, I don't necessarily, man. I work in a predominantly white organization. I see a lot of people marry. I see a lot of people take shit that they don't normally take. Like, man, that could be black folks. But but I see that us specifically, when I look at the black community, we have done such a disservice to each other that we fight and bicker about the smallest, most insignificant things. I think one of the biggest statements that I despise the most, that I never hear any other race demean their men like I hear black women do to black men, and I feel like and black men have some ownership in this too, with the onset of music and the way that we have just kind of demonized the word bitch and just created this whole different type of movement. I think we both have ownership in what's happened, but what I feel like is that all of these things are systematically built to help keep us even further apart. There are times we can't even have a general conversation or really just get to the bottom of things because now you're toxic, you're a narcissist, you're gaslighting me. You're all these
overused terms.
Yes, but I'm saying all these things are being utilized specifically in our community, and it's like I can say I don't like you, and initially I did like you, but now I don't.
Yeah.
I gaslit you. Because you made me think you like me, now you don't. No, things changed. When I got to know you, the shit was whack, and I wanted to move on.
I agree with
That's
that.
not gaslighting you.
Love bombing.
Yeah, love bombing. Oh,
yeah.
man, I really did. I was excited
out to
about you. I
Chris.
told all my boys about you. This was great. This was a wonderful situation. But as I gotten to know you and you started to take that makeup off and whoever character you were during this 90-day period, you became somebody totally different.
But see, I tell women that all the time. I had a conversation with a young lady recently. She's a psychologist, big psychologist here in Houston, and she was like, "Well, I get love bombed a lot, right?" And she bodied up, nice little body. You know what I'm saying? Got a little thing going, whatever.
Send me that IG.
And I told her, I said,
You good.
I don't think you being love bombed. I think men go on reaction. We go on feelings first. We go on a gut feeling.
Yeah.
And I said, when they met you, they probably felt like, oh, I like her. You know, you're a psychologist. You make great money. You drive this car. You live like this. And then they start messing with you after a while, you know, and because I'm a true believer, this is something that RJ said, I'm a true believer a man doesn't really know how much he cares about you. Most men don't know how much they care about you until they have sex with you.
Yeah.
Because once we have sex, then the clarity comes to it, right? Because before then, you like, oh, I like her, she all that. And then once you have the sex,
You like her nose speed.
right. And it ain't about how good it is, because women be like, oh, well, sex ain't good. No, it ain't about how good it is. It's about the pursuit has changed.
Right.
Now you figuring out, do you really like her? But in the beginning, you probably really did. You was like, man, this is the
That
greatest
hunt.
thing since sliced bread.
Yeah. You know what? You bring up a good point because that is absolutely true. And I think we don't be honest enough about that situation. Like, we, at times, because we are a physical creature and we want to conquer, that sex at times mask all the red flags that we already know
for
are
sure.
there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And so
for sure.
we'll do everything in the world.
For sure.
I know. I'll tell y'all a little story, man. I was messing with this chick. I met her out and about. It was random. I'm at my favorite spot, Urban Social. I'm in Urban,
Tuesday
having a good
nights.
time Tuesday night. Get my little red light on, having a great time. This girl walks up to me. She's like, man, I met this girl in the bathroom. You'll love her, da-da-da. She was like, she's looking for a boyfriend. Everything was cool. Then she dropped the bomb on me. She said, but she married. I was like, man, keep that girl away from me, man. Ain't nothing about no married chick that I want. So I'm chilling. I'm sitting at the bar, da-da-da, go to get a drink. I grab a cocktail. Little lady come up. I'm like, damn, she fine as hell. Yeah. She tried to grab a drink. They didn't bring her a drink. They bought mine first. And she was like, oh, you must be a regular. I was like, oh, I can get you too. Get her a drink. We started chopping it up, laughing. We having a great time. My homegirl come back like, this the girl I was talking about in the bathroom. I'm like, fuck. How does this happen, right?
So what you do after you fuck?
Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a real story, bro. This is a real story. I literally, when I hold on, I'm gonna get to it. That girl got fucked up drunk that day. I wound up following her home to make sure she got home. She lived in my same area, which nobody lives in my area. So I was like, all right, I made sure she got home, and I didn't talk to her anymore. She winds up sending me a message and was like, hey, I really appreciate you, da-da-da-da. I'm going through a divorce and all this other stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let's hang out. So we hang out. But come to find out, everybody's definition of divorce is different. Right. So people that may be going through a divorce, when I was going through a divorce, we lived in separate places. We didn't live together.
Oh, they live together?
Yeah. So
That's
I was
crazy.
like, you need to be more specific, and I learned a little bit from that I need to ask the question of, when you say you're going through a divorce, does he know that y'all are going through a divorce too? Because that ain't the energy that I want over here. So I get it, man. At times we're gonna find those opportunities where we just want to.
Smash, you did what?
I was like, huh?
He keep talking.
He hit.
He keep talking
Hit
around.
that married woman, man.
Yeah. He keep talking around.
He toxic.
I did, man. Y'all got me, man. Damn. Sorry, mama. We'll talk about it later. But I've been going through counseling ever since.
Behind her?
No.
Oh, I'm about to say. She got
I'm like,
that
is
killer.
that good?
Send me that ID.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though, man. She did get your boy, man. Your boy was confused for a little bit there, man. I had to regroup. I'm back now though, so we Gucci. So for y'all, if you watching this on IG right now, man, I want y'all to consider one thing. The biggest thing that you could ever do to yourself is lie to yourself. So one things I will always ask that you do is, no matter what, make sure if you're going to be toxic, be the best toxic person you could be. But if you want love, let some of that other shit go. I have a friend of mine, and we're going to get into the female phase, woman's phase or mentality for a second. I have a friend of mine that no matter what relationship she goes in, she's bad, banging. Doctor, great, live a great life, everything. One of the things I've realized with her, though, is that no matter what relationship she goes into, she will bring some type of toxic energy to it, no matter what. Whether it's this untrusting, unwilling angles that she takes and trying to be, involved with this person when she knows it's not the right situation. It's always something. And I've learned that, especially with women that are older, and I apologize to all my 40-year-old women that are still got it going on and all that good stuff, but for a lot of y'all, I kind of see why you are still single.
Oh, for sure.
You bring a lot of negative energy. Oh, my God.
They're doing a self-audit on the evaluation on themselves, and you can't go wrong if you think you're evaluating yourself. You're going to always be right, and evidently something ain't working.
Something's not working. And that's the thing that confuses me the most. If you feel like everybody else is the problem. I've been married. I've been in successful relationships. I definitely know that I've been in some very bad relationships, and I know where my part was in that. And I take ownership of that. So now I know what I want and what I don't want. And now I'm moving into that phase in my life. I feel like a lot of times with women, they just kind of want to stay in this anger mode. And for that, I just don't get. I'm like, man, why can't you just be nice?
I've been hurt so much, man.
But just be nice.
All the Sams in the street.
All the Sams.
All the Sams.
And his crew. You want to run the names?
The Wolves.
The Wolves.
All you got to do is ask a woman if she's had a relationship she broke up, and a sure sign. If you say, well, what part did you play? And she was like, I didn't do anything.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm like, it's impossible for you to not have done anything. It might be heavily weighted on his side while y'all broke up.
Right.
But it's something that you did. And anytime a woman said there's nothing that I did, then that's a sure sign.
What do you feel, RJ? Like if you have dated, and I don't know what your range is. If you have a dating range,
21.
Nah, I don't know.
21.
That's cool.
Can you
That
do
20
something?
It seems like
man?
at 23 age, 23 to
My mind
25.
is telling me no.
How old are you? You say teenage.
What do you mean?
Damn, that's crazy.
Fighting for my fucking life. This is my life.
State of Texas versus Ronnie Johnson. But no, lately, I guess during the summertime, like when all these girls are traveling to Houston, it's like I've been catching that 23 to 27 range.
Because you look so young.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 45, but that 23 to 27, like I ain't gonna lie, I knock down a 22-year-old, but I'm not dating them. Like I won't date anybody under 25.
So I mean, do you think that's a toxic trait that you have just for yourself? You know that you'll entertain somebody that you really don't even really want to fuck with.
If I'm just
for
trying
the
to
sake of some pussy.
for the sake of some pussy.
Yeah.
I'm an ultimate love bomber. Like I will.
Hey.
Ultimate love bomber.
RJ crazy as fuck.
Chris always tell me that, man. Chris be like, man, you be love bombing these women. Because I'm going to woo them. Like, I'm going to bring them around.
You going to
open the
butt
doors,
the hell out of them.
Stink a butt. Hit them with the stink a butt.
Let me ask you a question. Do you like them at that time? Like, do you really like them at that time?
Most of them I do.
Yeah.
Until I get the pussy, then it's just like,
Red flag, red flag, red
time
flag.
for
This
some
ain't
new
gonna
pussy.
Right. This ain't it. Yeah.
Not just new. Ain't nothing better than new pussy, man.
You think so?
Ain't nothing better than new pussy.
Man, I'm gonna hit y'all with a new idea. What if you gave your all to somebody and they satisfied your sexual needs? That this idea that if I made that person feel safe, feel good, feel appreciated, we had a good time, it was a good vibe, I didn't have any real like insecurities about them, do you feel like you could emotionally be clear all that other bullshit and be sexually satisfied by that person?
I don't know. It's hard in the streets because me and Sam, we go out a little bit, you know, here and there, Bible study on Sundays, but you can't be going out, man, because it's for the one bad chick you fucking with, it's gonna be 8 to 10 more of them out in the streets,
True.
halfway naked, damn near, getting drunk and flirting and this and that, and you're gonna get trapped. So now, if I wasn't going out, I'd be good. Like y'all can get me one.
See, RJ was me 10 years ago. I now.
You figured out the matrix.
Yeah. If I had like a chick I really like, I don't need to be out no more. I don't need to be out. But I would be lying if I wouldn't say that that's where I was at some point.
Yeah.
I tell him all the time. I call him.
Yeah, you be like, man, you're a
Junior.
younger brother. Man, you me, Junior. Boy, you was hanging with Moses.
I had him at the time. I was like, run with that.
Got it.
I gave it up. So we talked. Adam and I talked, and I told him, I was like, he asked me my philosophy, and I always told women that, RJ gonna get there at some point in time. And I tell women all the time, find you a tired hoe. Women, when I say that, women always think that I mean physically.
Yeah.
I never mean physically. I mean
the mentality.
Mentality and mentally.
You done ran through it.
Right. So like last Friday, I think the last 3 Fridays I was at home, like, because I just don't need to be out there. Like
It ain't even that for me. Yeah.
I am. And it ain't like about Horn, because I don't think it's with RJ with Horn.
Yeah.
I think it's more like he's just such a people person, right? He likes to be around people. And, my sister's the type of person where she's, I'm so happy. People that can be by themselves all the time, they always think they're highbrow, that we are. Oh my God, like I could be at home by myself.
Can you just stay at home sometime by yourself?
I
don't want to, motherfucker.
Some people are people person, entertainers. Most of them are people. They like to be around. So I like to be on stage. They like the attention. So it's just that when you're a people person or charismatic like RJ, because you are like that, coochie comes easy, right? So it's the discipline that has to come in play, right? Because he a nice looking guy.
Black men don't cheat.
And he funny. He probably, funny women out there play draws and shit.
Laughing right on out, folks.
Right, laughing right
Patting them right on their back. Come on, get in this bed.
Crazy, stink about.
Trust me, when he get to that point where he's tired, you ain't gonna have to tell RJ to stay at home, because he gonna do it with no problem.
That's right.
Right? Because ladies, find you I keep telling them, what's the secret? Find you a tired hoe.
That is
We're gonna put
wisdom.
that on the shirt.
Oh,
Yes.
Find you a tired
hoe.
Yeah.
You a tired
What's the
hoe.
website?
Not retired. I'm a tired hoe.
Tired.
Right.
Tired hoe.
That's real.
Because your girl ain't gonna have to tell you to stay at home, because you're gonna be like, man, I don't want to do that. Like, true story, we just came from Colombia.
Tired
I
hoe.
had never went to Colombia. So I was like, I wanted to see what it was about, because I heard so much about it. And when I got there, I was sitting there, I was talking to my chick on the phone, because I was sitting there like, it's some bullshit. Like, I don't want, like, I don't want to pay you $150 to get no coochie.
Yeah.
I was like, I had so much coochie. You know, I'm like, can I bring you home and you cut my grass
Yeah,
and
come
pay my
on.
crib?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
You know, can you work on real estate? You know what I'm saying? I got some houses I need some work.
Oh,
You know.
need some pressure washing.
Yeah, bro.
We'll talk about that. Yeah, we talk about that later.
I got you. I
Yeah,
got you.
talk about
I
that
got you. Soon in April is when I do all that.
Yeah.
You can do all of that.
Hilarious. So not only are we doing that, but we selling the business as well, man. We gonna cure all your needs today. One of the things one of the like final questions I just kind of want to get to you guys on is really, and you guys have kind of hinted to it a bit. I have a lady at home. I'm excited about, and part of the reason that I was asking you, I know, huh? One of the reasons I was asking y'all, can you kind of do something different based off of somebody meeting your needs? And it was kind of weird because for me, you know, last year I was in that toxic ass relationship, fucking with the married chick. You know, I went to a place that I really didn't want to be. It wasn't right, didn't feel right, you know what I mean? And so I just kind of let that go, and I made a decision to myself that I was like, man, I want something that's mine, special and dope. And so I meet this woman out and about with some friends, and it was just random, man. And you know, just a random interaction. We meet, we get cool, and it's easy. Like it wasn't this forced thing that I felt before. Like I had to call you, or I had to interact with you, or I'm busy at work, and you still expected me to do, you know, all these other things. It's like she kind of lets me be me. She's an introvert, which is interesting. She's an introvert, but she lets me do me, like work a room.
Right.
Like, we can go out together. I'm gonna work a room, talk, walk around, all that stuff, do my thing.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing.
And
Yeah,
it's dope.
not
You know
all
what I mean?
clean.
And then, you know, she liked the shit that I like. She likes, you know, sexually we super compatible. You know, we into the same shit. Like, so it's like everything has come together perfectly. So it gets me excited and it makes me, you know, even want to double down more. And what women don't realize is that when you provide a man's need, man, all he wants to do is further enhance what he's already experiencing. So he wants to just further your needs as well. But what people miss a lot of times is they only want to supply a portion because, what is it, the milk with the cow or some shit?
Why buy the cow and
Where
get
you
the milk
get,
for
yeah,
free?
that whole idea is just ridiculous. And so you give people a portion of you, and you never get an opportunity to really own and get to value who that person really is. And so I want to leave you guys with that, and I want to ask you if you are presented that, or if you have that, is that going to change the toxic ways?
I'm not tired yet. I'm not tired yet. I got about 3 more years in me. Me and my boys actually talking about this. I mean, how many more years we got in these streets? I was like, man, I think I got at least about 2 or 3 more.
2 more?
About
3?
got to do a farewell tour.
You being honest.
Yeah,
I love it. I love
No,
it.
but
Ain't
we
that
really
right?
like, damn,
Women
because
say
we
they
been meeting
want
these chicks
honesty,
as
that's
23,
honest.
and chicks be having their daughters out now. I'm like, damn, that's your daughter? And she be like, yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's time to.
Right.
Yeah, that's just
I started seeing my niece side. I was like, oh, yeah, it's time to.
I took my son to his 21st birthday this weekend.
Oh.
Me, I'm looking for it. I recently had a young lady.
It ain't in Idaho.
That I really she wasn't in Idaho. I recently had
Shout out to Idaho.
a woman that I really liked.
Yeah.
It just didn't work out, you know. And sometimes it happens like that, you know. But I would have been like, I'd have been cool with settling down with her. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been real. It's kind of like what you were saying with all the things. She was from Dallas, you know. Down here was a teacher. I mean, you know, had everything that I needed to be right. You know what I mean? But
Just one tired yet.
nah, she, you know, stuff just happened. You know, with me and you probably experienced this, RJ. You get people that want to be in your business that shouldn't be in your business.
Right. Something like that.
And women with me, I had this with the psychologist. Women will tell you stuff that, as we talked about before we went on air, you know, 50% of it is dead wrong. You know, 25% is fabricated. You know, and then maybe a little bit sprinkled in of the truth, right? And as I said then, I say now, I'm one of those type of people where I was like, if you believe something somebody told you, first question I ask is like, Do you believe it? Have you made your mind up? Because I ain't really into like trying
Trying to
to.
do it,
Yeah,
man.
I ain't into really trying to change nobody's mind.
Or waste your time and
So
energy.
the RJ gonna find this out. The only problem is sometimes your past, they don't want you to let go of that past, right? So with me, I just find a lot of women like haters. You know,
Oh, for
and
sure.
dudes too. Like,
Niggas really be.
I'm
Pillow
so
talking
amazed.
and
I'm so
pillow
amazed.
talking like.
I'm so amazed at how men talk.
Come on,
It's
man.
it's ridiculous how men talk. Like I'm like you can meet a chick, and I tell women right now. I say, well, give yourself 3 days to get through the phone calls that you're gonna get from dating me, and then if you still cool with it, let's do something. And it be dudes call, I just want you to be happy. I just want you to be okay, and you just. I mean, I'm like, are you kidding
You
me,
ain't gotta
player?
hate on me to get it, bro.
They want a dude that get hoes. I don't care what anybody say.
Oh, for sure.
If you ain't getting no hoes, I think they either settling for money and they not happy. But
Right.
if a dude getting hoes, he gonna still get them. Stay
I mean,
toxic.
they want it,
Stay
they
toxic.
want it all, but women won't admit what they'll do for having it all. If you want a dude that's 6'4", you want a dude that makes $600,000-700,000, you want a dude that, have this buzzword now, generational or building generational wealth, charismatic, you know what I'm saying, can fight, you know what I'm saying, loving, you know what I'm saying, loving,
Gotta protect.
all that stuff that they'll have like 20 things that they want. Well, if you get the dude that check all those boxes, all the women want that.
She want the builder bell.
Right. It's being out there like that, but the deal is all the women want that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You look at RJ. RJ, nice looking dude, got some swag, about his business. Each box that you check, there's more problems that come around. You, same thing. You start checking boxes, be honest about yourself.
Right.
If I'm messing with this type of dude, it's just like me. If I mess with a girl, she 5'9", 5'8", fat ass, big titties,
Yeah, I don't want
making $200,000.
Slim good.
Give me the skinny.
Make $200,000 or more a year, educated, stay in a fly crib.
Right.
Like there's some issues that come along with that, bro.
Sure.
You're not getting that for free. You know what I'm saying? You might do it with some stuff that you might not normally deal with. We all mess with some of the prettiest women in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that pretty women come with issues.
Damn sure do.
We're going to leave y'all with that, man. We all know that pretty girls come with some issues.
Hell yeah.
We're going to start off with that question with our next group of women when we
Do pretty
come.
women come with issues?
Do pretty women come with
If they
issues?
say anything but yes, they no. If they don't,
Fine
if
niggas
they don't
blowing
say
their
yes,
phone
they
up.
lie.
So as y'all know, this is the Culture Distinct podcast. This is what we do, man. RJ, Sam, Love Guru, my
Love
bad,
Guru,
dog.
Love
baby.
Guru.
I appreciate
Love
y'all,
Guru.
brothers, man.
Anytime.
This was definitely good conversation. You guys are gonna piss some people off, no doubt about it. I'm
You
looking forward to
supposed to.
this getting out. I want to shout out your business. You want to talk about it?
A to Z pressure washing. You need your house, driveway, any type of property pressure wash. You can hit me up. Follow me at RJ Crazy Ass on Instagram.
And I give love advice, but also I do real estate. So if any of y'all know anybody that's about to lose their house, the divorce, grandmama died, probate, any of that type of stuff, I pay a referral fee for those houses.
Paying a rack, right?
Huh?
Get a rack?
Yeah, you get a lease a rack. You get a lease a
Yeah,
rack.
we need to talk about this.
Yeah,
off
you
camera.
get at least a rack. If I buy the house, don't call me and be like, I told you about a house in Third Ward, and then I didn't buy the house. If I purchase the house, you will get paid. The better the deal, the more the payout.
Bet.
And you get me at Love Guru 81.
Appreciate everybody, man. Special shout out to my man Adam for hooking us up, getting us all set up here and recording. Production's going to be crazy. Make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all like. Get ready for the ladies' version of this. It's going to be real, real interesting. I may even try to get a female host on here. I don't know. We're going to have to figure it out. But we appreciate y'all listening. Stay tuned. More to come. We out. Peace.